So these 10 people make the members at large, and together with the core officers, named board of directors the official name is Manila, ACMC Graphic Professional Chapter. So we're going to go ahead and put in our application next month. The core officers, you guys are aware, have to purchase a membership with ACM and both CGRAPH. The yearly memberships will be reimbursed upon our first events for this. So what we're going to go over. You guys are probably wondering, actually some of you guys know that I am a student here at the school, but you guys probably want to know more about me. So I'm going to break it down. The first school I actually went to what you want to do with your degree. And over there, everyone just knew what a CG modeler is, 3D modeler, character animator, and that was about it. But I knew there was more out there than just that. So I had to go and find out. And yeah, so I'm going to actually show you my first, what happened was that I got involved with San Francisco CGRAPH. And with them, they actually guided me on kind of like what's going on in the industry. And I told them I wanted to actually start California's first student chapter. It was hard at first, but I actually got it done. So I'm going to actually show you guys like the first few events that I did. We actually got the first CGRAPH started. The thing in CGRAPH, what a lot of people don't know, let's actually start from there. A lot of people think CGRAPH is just an annual conference. Dave's been there, and they know it's not just an annual conference. But CGRAPH really is very educational community. And going by that is there's technology coming in every day. There's new technology from, I guess the latest trend right now is 3D printing. Everyone's using it in their productions and everything. And technology and knowledge isn't actually out there for the people who actually are interested. So that's where CGRAPH actually comes in. It's an educational, organizational community. It's based on volunteerism. It's always been based on volunteerism from the start. What they do is people volunteer their off time and help the organization succeed. So with that in mind, like I said, I knew there was more to it than being a character animator, character modeler. And our first event as a CGRAPH student chapter, I was able to get people from industrial lighting management, electronic arts, PBI, DreamWorks, visual forensics, and operating animation studios to speak at our first event. So, as you can see here, we actually had people in different animation fields speak at our first event. This is going by my vision of what our professor said. When you come into the industry and get your degree, what you want to do with it. There was more out there than just being a character animator or a model or whatever. As you can see, I brought in people who wasn't animated. There was creature technical directors. Jonathan gives visual effects lead at DreamWorks. There's Carl. This was actually our most interesting person, Carl, or the director of animation and visual forensics. What I knew is that I knew there was animators and all that from litigation. Litigation is pretty much the people who work in courts who recreate scenes. So I want to actually bring that and give more people insights that there's more to it than just video game, programming, and movie and film industry. So he was actually our most influential speaker of that day, actually. And we had one of our professors, Julia from the modeling animation, speak on our behalf. So this actually brings up next point. So what I'm going to do now is our CGraph chapter is going to be starting from scratch. And when I spoke to each and every one of you coming into the board members, I said that this is going to be your organization. We're building up, and anything you guys vision from here on out, we're bringing to the table and we're making it happen. So that's pretty much the truth. That's how pretty much all CGraphs are ran. Not all of them are successful, but with proper guidance and all that, we can actually achieve it. And our student, I don't know how it's ran in Asia, but every time there was a grading conference in the United States, they actually flew us down to each conference, gave us rooms, dinner, and all that. But the drawback is every day we had to actually meet up in the morning and do a CGraph professional chapter workshop and student chapter workshop. So we were trained on how to lead the organization. We were trained to pretty much find out where each organization was wrong, and we helped each other suggest what could be done right and because of the faults. And that actually helped the building process of everybody every year. So the US chapters are very successful. What I noticed is there's been a decline in the foreign CGraph chapters. There used to be a lot more, and a lot of student chapters as well. So I'm not sure if they actually go to student workshops. From my knowledge, all I've seen is student volunteers and workshops, and I haven't seen a professional workshop yet. So this I'm ready. Well, actually, before I forget to, I haven't actually introduced the rest of the committee officers. The first committee officer that I introduced is Sir Jack. He'll be handling the social media committee. He's the social media committee officer. And Ms. Jack, she's going to be holding up the multimedia committee. So, you guys also about advertisement or graphics or whatever she's going to go and handle. We'll get to the other communities later where you guys have to decide what decision you're going to get with best of all. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to go. I feel that Los Angeles CGraph is probably the most successful CGraph chapter. I mentioned you that to you, Dave, when we first met. And I actually told you why, but I'm going to actually show you now. So what's going to happen is that we're going to actually go over Los Angeles CGraph's event list. We're so successful that they actually hold 2 or 3, 1 to 2, maybe even 3 events per week. And that's how good they are. And they're pretty much a role model for the CGraph professional chapters out there. But let me go and show you actually how many CGraph chapters there are. There's actually over 50 total CGraph chapters all over the world. And currently in CGraph Asia alone, there is 6. Will be the 7th one. Well, not counting the other, they're considered Asia, but they're more towards into the US side. They're specifically a CGraph Asia conference itself, like every year, and it's mainly primarily in region based. So the ones that you see here, this is pretty much the region that we're going to be covering. It will be the 7th professional chapter on our organizational investments inside. So now on to Los Angeles CGraph. Like I said, Los Angeles CGraph, in my opinion, is the most successful organization out there. And they, like I said, they hold events like every month. Okay, this is where I'm going to need everybody to start jotting down. This is going to be kind of like brainstorming. So what we're going to do is we're going to, for SIGGRAPH LA, and like give you an insight of what SIGGRAPH workshops are about. And then I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes to brainstorm on what you guys feel, what kind of workshops you guys want to do. Because we need to prevent this prior to actually apply. We need a minimum of 4 events. And just, like I said, this organization is your guys' organization. So we're going to go through the event list, start jotting your notes down on ideas that you possibly want to do, and we'll go forward from there. So let's see. Actually, when we turn off the apologies for the internet. So we're going to go and start off with the WAMAS. Each SIGGRAPH fiscal year starts with a bunch of lights in July. So with that in mind, here's their season 12 listing. So we've got stuff like the Computer Animation Festival, Electronic University. What this is about is pretty much a collection of the best computer animation films that are submitted. Anyone can submit it. We can deal with anything from shorts to actual production pieces and stuff. Things like social gatherings too. But I guess sometimes what happens is that you get sometimes we actually have our sponsors who want to actually host stuff at their studios and stuff, and this is probably one of them. Wemo Media in Los Angeles, LA SIGGRAPH invited me to behind the scenes look at the build, which is an online social media experience activity. So, the thing about social media is they're actually cool. Everyone, there's like, it's a social hour, social gathering. There's drinks and everyone meets, gathers, and stuff like that. And after the drinks and the gathering, what happens is they actually stop and actually do the presentation of what's to do. Making a real steel, it's like the behind the scenes event of making the movie Real Steel. Has anybody watched that? It's like actually, I met Dave at one of his behind the scenes of the House Mall Chronicles and Kung Fu Divas, was it? And let me see. You guys got enough for that, didn't you? Kung Fu Divas? Yay. All right. Los Angeles senior holiday party. They do holiday parties where they actually do club events. When they throw club events, they're actually pretty wild. I actually showed Vanilla a couple pictures of LA Seagrass parties. I was actually, I showed Carlos those too, didn't I? Yeah, they're pretty wild. Screening. There's like screenings that they throw. See, there's like a workshop on CG lighting. And let's see, 3D stereo and the 3D stereo, is it stereoscopic stuff? This is like when I was in San Francisco SeaGraph. This is actually stuff that like we do, careers in digital media. So this is where I kind of want to focus in on too, and I mentioned this during our last week's meeting, since she's the head of the educational community. Since we're an educational organization, we're going to actually let, to have people like in the industry actually come out and speak to everyone out there who's interested in getting jobs. Because a lot of people just apply and, in all reality, their stuff isn't ready for what you guys want in the studios, right? Because they don't know how to apply yet. They don't know what you guys expect of them and how you can deal with those. We need to shake that up in order to turn the Philippines around. And stuff like this, the careers in digital media, that's like ways of doing it. We'll have like careers in the visual effects industry, careers in the programming industry. So Norman, during your game development stuff, do you actually guys do that, or do you guys do more stuff towards the application side and not getting jobs?
Pardon me?
When you guys do your game developers conferences and anything that deal with those, what are those conferences more about? Is it more about just letting people know about what's going on in the industry, like the way of programming?
Basically, it's something like that.
Okay, so is it like this too on how to get jobs in the industry as well?
I don't remember us implementing something like that.
But do you think that was more? Do you think something like this would actually help?
I think for students, probably yes. If we're trying to mold, let's say, we're going to go to the Philippines into where they want to be and a potential career, it would be very, very helpful for them. Let's say if I want to prepare animation or digital media, at least there should be something out there to educate people about it.
So there's a screening of Madagascar that came out. That's pretty much the 2012 season. So the 2013 season, I guess from what I'm seeing, every fiscal year they start off with a Seagrass social. So that might be a good thing for us too. To start off with a bang for next year. Let me see. So I guess from what I'm seeing from their last year, they always have a social and then the next one, an animation screening. And from there on, it's just whatever comes up. The movie Hotel Transylvania came out. And I guess they did a 3D printing and screening workshop on the month after. Production and design concepts for entertainment. They did workshops on that. Another one, digital careers. And you can actually see DreamWorks, Lucasfilm was there. Disney Sony Imageworks, and a few others were there too. So, as you can see, it's a panel of hiring managers and the veteran recruits sharing insights on where the jobs are and where they're not. 3D projection mapping with weights, scalping, and pretty much a lot of these are just like so this is another vision that I have for Seagrass too. With the new technology coming out, the technology is there, but a lot of people don't know about it. So what we're going topic out there, and our sponsor will show how it's implemented in the industry. So who knows? Get free stuff for your studios. Digital artist and Jurassic Park. This is the new Jurassic Park movie. Another one progressive digital media. See, that's the thing about CGRAPH chapters in the United States. They always push on professionalism, on what to apply. In all reality, it saves human resources and time for them to say, oh, next. They already know that there's a standard. In all reality, in the Philippines, from what I saw, it's not a bad thing, but there is no standard just yet. When we implement CGRAPH, we'll actually have a set standard of what people need to do to apply. Not anyone can just apply. You have to actually not only have the knowledge, you have to have a reason behind it, utilizing your knowledge. Anyone can do a 3D model, but why would you actually build the model specifically like how the producer wants it? Why do they want it specifically this way and all that? You have to know everything, and just having our chapter like put out why or how about why or like just basically anything like that. Anything in the industry dealing with Africa, in the future. This isn't just for students. I'm not necessarily saying this is just for students. Only people graduate using satellite data to make backgrounds, CG backgrounds, funny regions. Yeah. So there's pretty much a breakdown of what they throw on. There's actually a lot more than what's actually just listed here, but I don't think they had the time to put it on there. So what I'm going to do is just have you guys brainstorm for about 10 minutes and think of ideas and events of what you guys want to see in the future. Like I said, this is your guys' organization. You're starting from scratch. There's no right or wrong answer. These are just ideas that are popping up, and we're going to go ahead and try to implement those ideas. So go ahead and brainstorm after seeing this, and we'll go from there. That's for the actual definition of CGRAPH, special interest groups of computer graphics and interactive technology. So it could be dealing with applications and by technology as well.
Okay. So absolutely. There's a lot of cloud computing these days that are coming up that is of interest and it's true to a lot of people. That's good.
We can have an expo in mini vaults or
And a lot of students they don't know what's out there. They come out and they think it's animation, games, or shows or something. That's like, programming or, the aspects of what part of like students, what they had what they call it, which is digital media session on the airways.
Grassroots program. And there are a lot of schools who can or they like these are probably high schools. They can't afford to really get back to this because somewhere limited, yes.
What's the
Yes.
if you do something out of Manila, this can still be considered part of your
Yes. Okay, so we're going to be only, now we are going to be so unless another one starts it, no, we are only going to be
Even what we can do is, we have the next one, we just read it on the, yeah, the third one would be an expo and legal convention outside of Manila. So the second one is in Manila, third one is outside of Manila.
Yeah, because there's like Los Angeles here. Los Angeles is a big area. There's always Orange County and all that, and you know, they throw stuff everywhere, including Hollywood. When it's so cool.
I don't think you're preparing for manufacturing. It's going to be, programming is going to be everywhere next few years. The law is zero knowledge, but like that. So, being fashion, industries, aerospace.
Yeah.
So,
This is actually
this is my fault.
It will make us be similar to another organization. Like, it's the defense companies. It's like happy. But this is more like the way you do it. It's something similar to GBA. Where there's no sense of individual the focus of the organization. So the way you do this is it possible to have events that focus primarily on building the skills and things practices? If I want, I was sharing with Alex, one of the things we're trying to do in the organization is to bring in take companies. But one requirement, like for example, this big company is asking, are there any individuals or companies in the Philippines that has the skill set of the level of big software or Lord of the Rings? So that's so how do we bring our local talent to that local aspect? So there might be a need for us to, of course, we can find material outside, see from others and graphic chapters, coming here to Philippines, doing workshops, and so that we can improve the skills. Yeah, speakers here. Example in Singapore, Disney is in Singapore. There's also I believe Lucas Arts is also in Singapore. So there are a lot of resources that we can tap and that can bring in, our not only students or the people out here in graphics, but also those professionals who might be jumping. Let's say if I'm a traditional 2D guy, I want to jump to the next 3D, or I'm a 3D artist, but I want to know something more. So you can actually get these people right here, Singapore is the closest. So just to level up the skills of our, basically the Philippines mostly. If that's the target, is to bring the Philippines to the world-class level, so you can start doing something like that.
So even to be more specific, like if your company needs certain type
Yeah.
of workforce,
Yes.
you can even tailor the next
Yes.
workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, about when people who need to know 3D printing, the next topic would be
Yes. Yeah.
3D printing, and then you can bring in an expert, and then you can bring in a supplier.
Yes. Yeah.
Tailor to the service.
I think so. We have an expo, we have
I already talked to them, they're willing to come and do the talks that they were.
That's fine.
Yeah. Kevin Manning. Yeah, Kevin Manning. You heard about them, yeah. Corporate speaker. Yeah. I talked to them.
Maybe Singapore based, we can have them in this mini the expo already. Since they're kind of near, so at least we have some special person per event.
So for the workshop, we could tap the locals first. So the
We go with the locals since they're there. Maybe some Singapore one. Then we have a conference, then an expo. The question though is, okay, besides Manila, where do we go next? Cebu? Because it's a problem in the province.
Since we're starting, maybe we should focus on that first. Kasi we might strike. So, might as well focus on the home base. Then,
Yeah, but the second event would be in Manila, Expo and talk. Then the third one can be outside of Manila. We just repeat it. Yeah, it's an echo. It's an echo. So it's like the same people, same tech. So at least it's yeah. So the question is, which cities would we want to work with?
Cebu and Davao are the safest for the first.
Yeah, they did not consider getting there, so why not tap the place?
It'll be school into camps wherever industrial park they're setting up. Is it not the... Oh, yeah. It's
Well, the good thing about these tours is we get to see the talent from these places also.
Something we also want to keep in mind too is we're just starting, so we don't have any sponsors just yet. When we actually do have sponsors, their actual local company is pretty big, so they could actually host events there too. So if you actually guys have tie-ins with different industries, we could actually talk to them. And we could say, hey, you guys got a new product, we could have it host at one of our board members' studios, and they could try it out over there, and then we could get feedback and actually do a demonstration. Something like that. We can't just stick to just regular stuff. We got to be innovative with it, and that's pretty much how LAC got is successful. They don't just stick to the norm. They break the rules. They make it happen. So.
Because one big, I think it's more philosophical. There is this idea that we're always service oriented. And the one thing I think is great, especially with reality, you guys have actually gone out and created your own IPs and brought it out. And I think it's very inspiring because I think you look around. Indonesia right now is just producing their own media. Make sure they have government support, but it's something I think hard to get younger people to think that it's actually possible and you don't actually want your idea. I think it's a big, that's a psychological shift there. I think it can also help, whether it's a workshop situation or a classroom situation.
Still have traditional art, and there's so much technology with digital art. I've been to a lot of digital art galleries where scientists, students, take their stuff and make art with technology. I think that's something I know a lot of investors here make just different stuff for modeling and stuff. And it's like an art piece itself. We can have an art gallery. It's not just about business and art industry, but also about expanding into the art territory. Because we don't have a museum that features digital art is always me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that would be okay, I have
They tried that once. I had like Samsung had a show last year precisely with that. They had interactive pieces. So what you do is you point the iPad and then it will animate the sound and you're only seeing half the art. Yeah. Augmented reality.
I'll bring it like a step further with digital sculptures. Have you seen the art gallery in Singapore? Yeah, they have this table and you wave your hand on it and then this magnetic fluid just comes up and it just
Hey, you
like
guys saw that when I presented that animation?
it's like this and it's like it's crazy. I've never seen anything like that.
They actually, at CGRF Asia 2013, what they did is someone actually took Wikipedia to another level. Like they had like some kind of coliseum or something that they were talking about, and when they actually, the coliseum in there was actually a whole 3D thing of the coliseum. So every single intricate thing that dealt with it, you could just like type it in the search and it would go directly to the thing in 3D. Zoom in. You remember that? It was like, oh, I think props to the video now.
How about we come up with a R&D award? Like for students, diba? Any thing that we can use
Yeah,
and then share it to the community. Diba?
Something's changing.
Yeah, something's good.
Combination.
What the competition? Like if other festivals have one for or specifically,
This is-
the code could be, yeah, but it's a more advancing
The innovation or the research or
research.
Oh yeah, it's like the new stuff.
we got this hall right across the street over there. I went there, there's a lot of kids just like just doing stuff. Robotics, chopper and stuff.
So something that CGRF does, the headquarters CGRF, they really want to push them to buy actual yearly memberships for the chapter. So we actually have to set up a membership price. Something I also thought that we could do when they, like perks of having a membership, is having a members only event. So if they actually want to go to the event, we'll give them an option to actually buy a membership there too if they want to come in. Some crazy stuff that Los Angeles City got thrown in the past. They actually had like the best digital mapping artists and digital painters. They actually had a 3-way competition, and they said, okay, guys, this is how they do it. They give them 30 minutes. They said, okay, anyone in the crowd, pick a topic. Someone pick the topic. Okay, pick a theme. And then there's 3 digital artists, and then they have a film, big screens, everything. And they said, okay, here's your theme, here's your topic, whatever. Go ahead. They had 30 minutes to just see their workflow. That would be something cool that we could present to Wake. So stuff like that is innovative, like events that we could throw in, not just standing teaching. I mean, do you guys have like your studios like digital painters? I mean, you do. So we could do something like that. That would be something that we could throw at Wake because Ms. Ronnie already got us the plug to get them. So if we say, hey, we're going to throw something like this. Yeah, like a little competition between the gurus. Okay, which gurus doesn't have like a little trophy at the end. A 3D digital printed trophy or something. But you know, it's a friendly competition, and they're the man if they win that. So at the same time, we get to see their workflow, the work process on their thought process on making that image work.
Kasi it's like maraming mga kids ngayon, they're more into playing video games, like golden monsters, they're everywhere. And sila naman yung dapat natin magpapaan kasi sila yung makawalan ng future, yun naman yung dapat sa hindi na magpapalaro pa, yung mga ganun. Pero kapag na streamers na sila yung mga carvers, or how to hit the game. Kasi lalo
wondering if we could put together something like a boot camp. I don't know if that would also be a fundraiser for CCAF as a chapter, but if we can put together a boot camp where students can actually be there for 1 week, and we have someone who's actually from the professional industry, and at the end of that week, they have to come up with something.
Come up with something that they learn.
Yeah.
Of course we can do that. That's where sponsoring comes in. If we actually mentioned that we're going to throw a boot camp, we could actually have the sponsors like donate products to like whoever views, like your idea of they have to create something, whoever makes the best thing at the end gets actual product. And it's like quid pro quo, you give us and But what I'm wondering right now, what's trending right now in each industry? Visual effects industry, the programming industry, the game industry. What's really trending right now?
Trending on my side is a lot of people are going bankrupt. DreamWorks Animation just shut down the film division and the domain went flop. And then here's my business politics. And we focus too much on the content side, and then a lot of studios don't have any business with it. And that's why a lot of companies going down, even the big ones.
You know what? I do recall in one of the events lists, there was like a business side of the messaging industry.
Yeah.
Maybe we could have something.
That's definitely a topic that has never been addressed here locally. And it's still in the States, it's still made.
Yeah, because what's it called? Rhythm and use is the first factor.
Yeah, exactly.
And you saw how much support everybody gave them, changing their profile of me.
Actually, I think that not only for us, but for a lot of artists, charging properly, knowing how much you're supposed to be paid, that's something that
that's part of the business side.
Yeah, business side. Let's see, in the United States, you have AIGA, Associated, GAG, Graphic Arts. So I think most of it's still based, but they more or less give you an idea of how much you're supposed to earn if you're like X number of years in this industry.
Oh, yeah.
We don't really have that, but that would be a good start so that at least you know what you're supposed to be getting. And also like, if it's possible to actually have leasing opportunities, if you want to get a rig. I'm not sure if this is if SIGGRAPH actually does that. If you want your own rig and you want to go freelance, and that rig is more expensive than usual, you can actually get a certain lease and actually hire that. No, I mean, it's just a lease, like,
Well, the thing is with SIGGRAPH, we can always partner up with people who actually have those equipment available.
oh, that would be great.
So, because they have equipment, they're going to need clients. And because we're in the industry of computer graphics, dealing with everything from cinematics to gaming and all that, there's always going to be a need for equipment like that. We could always strike deals on where we could throw your bootcamp workshops for regular to utilize that stuff. But we could also utilize where paying members of SIGGRAPH, since if we're co-op or partners with that company, they get a percentage deal.
An expo of the technologies that we have, then a series of talks, maybe just one day event. Then we'll have a master party. Then we will look for a place outside the country. Maybe we have ideas, but maybe if we ask them, maybe there will be some cities that will be more than happy to bring in SIGGRAPH. So they might do in more sponsorship, or maybe a school like Ateneo Dinaga outside and sponsor us. So it's like, okay, then we go there. Yeah. But at least it's in the plan that we should do something else.
There's this other organization, we were there, and I was surprised when one of the members said, in Bacolod, they only have a lot of game developers. So for us,
Yeah.
we didn't know about it. So there might be a place, province like that, that's
Yeah.
conducive for it.
So it's like we're going to throw it out and let's see who will react. Like, hey, you know, it's like, oh, we're going to give you this and that. It's like, okay, we're going there. So then of course we have our mini SIGA this year. So this is, I guess, much more big event, maybe an SMX hall, maybe or something like that. And this is where we invite like key people from abroad to come over, you know, and have a talk, and we will have party. Party. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think we're set for the 4 events.
Okay, let's go and go.
Okay.
Basta may party. Yun yung secret word.
May party pa ba?
First, I'm going to go over is what we're going to do real quick is we're going to vacate stand for the committee positions that we're going to go and see you guys. That way you can think about what you guys also and stuff. So we do have a standing committee as an integral part of the CGRAPH organization. They could be, the board members could be the officers in charge, but they're not actually considered part of the board. But they're still an integral part because the standing committee are the people who actually keep CGRAPH running. Like I said, the board members, they're the ones who, with the ideas, the innovative, the innovations, say, okay, let's do this to the chapter. And the standing committee is saying, okay, here's your ideas, we'll go ahead and implement it. So, right now, what we actually need, we're going to need a public relations, we're going to need public relations committee officer. Do any of you guys like to talk? Because we're going to need a public relations officer, someone who's going to be pretty much the liaison between us and other companies. So when we start asking for sponsorships and all that, we're going to pretty much say, we're going to need you to talk to them, here's your sponsorship package. So you're going to be talking to the companies directly. Memberships committee, we got the handle of our treasurer, multimedia committee, we got the handle of education committee. So, do you guys know a webmaster? Any of you guys? We're gonna actually need a webmaster like soon, when we're up and running. So if you guys could recommend someone, I'll actually. Oh, another thing. All you guys like over here who are part of the committee are considered the founder of the chapter. So anyone who's actually going to fill up all these other slots are going to be considered a founder too. So right now we're going to need a newsletter publications committee officer. We're going to need a web committee officer, which is the webmaster, public relations officer, and a sponsorships committee officer. So those are the pretty much positions we need, and I guess let's go over real quick your guys' ideas. Who wants to start?
Report.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So basically, you mentioned that we should have like 4 activities this year, right?
Yes.
So the first one is party. Okay. Party. I guess it's a good chance to get to know each other. Maybe we can invite people from.
We'll just call this a social gathering.
Yeah. I really had to make it formal. Okay.
But it's a great idea. This is how social here. We always do a social gathering.
Okay. Social gathering. Then next we have Manila Expo and mini conference.
What?
Manila Expo, mini conference. So this is more of currently available, we bring it out as an expo. Then we have talks. This is based in Manila, and maybe we can get 1 or 2 speakers from Asia, maybe like Southeast Asia, like Singapore. Yeah.
This is gonna probably, something like this is probably something we're gonna have to do after our first year.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Because right now, having a mini expo at the beginning when we're just starting, it's gonna be, we're gonna need to kind of start a little smaller. But this is something that, but this is a good thing, because planning something this big is gonna take more than a couple months to plan. So,
if you want it, like, we can have it hosted in school, I think.
yeah.
So that's much easier rather than
Well,
doing
not
it.
about, it's not really about that, it's the planning side.
Okay,
of
that's
things.
the complex.
Trust me, it's like when you plan something like that, it's gonna actually take a while. Not only that, we have to not only do that, we have to make sure everything's covered. The main thing is we're gonna need equipment sponsorship sites. We're gonna see who wants to sponsor the events. We're gonna need to decide on what's gonna be talked about. We're gonna need to see what's gonna be shown on the showroom floor. Like you said, it's gonna be new technology and all that.
Yeah.
So that's gonna take more than half a year's worth of planning.
Okay, so it's too, yeah.
It's not a bad idea, but we can still implement it, but we have to plan for it.
Okay, yeah, but it's something more scaled down. Maybe we can just start planning it and see how it goes.
We could start planning it right away,
Yeah.
but as far as the first couple of minutes, I don't see it being first thing.
Okay.
Maybe,
You have any idea?
maybe in exchange of the expo, something that another organization is doing is like meetups. Let's say, you said normally that other work is doing like meetups every month. And basically, it's like those who are into, let's say, games or into, let's say, graphics come together. There's a speaker who shares something new for that group. We can do it, let's say, quarterly basis. So it can be hosted by a school easier. So I think that will be easier.
Yeah, so it's like more of like a mini conference? Or
Yeah, basically it's talks.
Talks,
It's
yeah,
talks. Let's
okay.
say best practices from one
So
studio
be
to
like
studio.
just talking like that.
Yeah.
So panel talks or something like that. So, and of course, I assume we're gonna get more members, right? So we'll have the SIGGRAPH members going on in that event, and it's an opportunity to get even more people to be part of SIGGRAPH.
Okay, first, actually, I haven't told you what PowerPoints we did, but we did need 4. We actually did have 2. One is to make the plan. Okay, we told you about what we wanted to implement to make it.
Yeah.
The first one, which is ideal, that we're going to do, is one of 2 things. I'll leave it up to you guys. I've already talked to Dave about this. The first one, I was thinking that we did like a behind the scenes something of the production. Like, when I saw you look at this, can you explain like exactly what you went over and brought and like kind of what you did at that meeting workshop?
Actually, it was an event sponsored by a company that was selling software, Duke, especially. So that's a tool that we use in our business, and then we did basically a breakdown to educate the audience why they should use this tool and how it benefits our business. So it works both ways. You have a sponsor and then you have a speaker. So that's why I met Jeff and a lot of other people. I think they invited Courtney from UK to come and speak, so that it's also not just local. They flew in someone from another region. So that was good.
So that's what interests me is that they did a behind the scenes pipeline production of something that you did in the actual movie. I feel like if people actually saw this, they get exposed to it, That's something that will bring. So that's what I had an idea of doing something like that. Of Dave come and do like one of his pipeline talks, behind the scenes, have someone from each industry that that we have. We have the programming side, we have the gamer side, we have motion graphics, we have visual effects, all in our board members. And if we have someone talk of each, industry, like the behind the scenes pipeline breakdown of, something they actually did in a production shot, that would be a great thing because not a lot of people are exposed to that. And the other idea was throwing a career day. Like, what does it take to actually get in the industry? So those are like, you could either be one or the other towards our first step. So what would you guys actually want to lean towards? Do you guys want to lean more towards the breakdown of the production pipelines from each representing the visual effects side, motion graphics side, the programming side, and all that? Or would you guys rather have like to get into the industry and open it up to the members to ask them questions? What would you guys rather do for the first event?
Perfect. What do you mean first event? Or?
This is going to be we're going to have our first official event. It's
okay.
going to be one or the other of that.
Because I feel that career day, there might be some industry associations that are actually doing it already. So I think more behind the scenes is
Actually, I think that would be badass. You guys? An actual pipeline breakdown, it's not too often that happens. So, you guys in for that?
I'd like to see what you guys do.
Yeah.
Exactly. Learn.
I'll sit. How many seats does Leslie What? How many seats does that Theater? Yeah. 300? That's nice for a first.
yeah, should be good.
You think that'd be a good idea? You're
What is this in the?
I'm projecting our first event probably June, July, August. Because actually it really all depends. This is just going to be a one-day event. So, and it's going to really all depend on how long the SEC takes to approve our thing and how long ACMC takes to approve our applications. Pretty much when you give them what they ask, they're already approved. Because I've been working with them, they say do this, that, back and forth. But we've got that. So what are the other events that you guys had in mind?
But we're hoping that we would have an event outside of Manila.
Yeah.
So I think it's like maybe we can echo that the second event. So we just echo it in a different place outside of Manila. So it's the same talks, I guess. Yeah. And also it's good for us to find out which cities or schools are actually interested in hosting us and stuff like that.
One thing, let me see.
I prefer if it's near a beach.
Yeah.
It's a preference. It's a preference. Yeah.
So, are there any other events that
Besides that, the mini SIGGRAPH, that's it.
Okay. A lot of these depend on sponsorships. And from what I mentioned earlier is that ELSU actually throws every year what's called the Student Media Congress. It's a 1 to 2 day event. Have you heard of it? Student Media Congress? Okay. The Student Media Congress actually invites people in the industry and just has talks on different types of media that are used in the industry. So when I went to their website, I kind of borrowed their sponsorship list. So here's their sponsorship list for a student event. Keep in mind we're a professional event. We're going to be a professional SIGGRAPH job. They've acquired all these people. So they've got Canon, These are like the co-presenters, partners, and major sponsors. These are people people actually dished out a lot of money to actually be part of their sponsorship. And if you actually look here, this is how much they dished out for those events. As a co-presenter, they were able to, the quick pro is, what they were given is like, they were given 10 minutes, as you can see, a 10-minute talk during the whole entire event. Just being, a co-presenter. And the co-presenters were, Canon, EOS, Digital Media, and all that. Even though all these are related with the Canon thing, I don't know if each division donated 100,000 pesos for each division. But you never know. But as you can see here, there is a ton of sponsors that they actually put everything to donors. So I don't see us having a problem with getting sponsors in the future. But what they did with sponsorship, I actually want to take it to another level. They're only given 10 minutes. Like, we're gonna pretty much hit up things in the industry that are actually used, like Waycross, like we're gonna hit the fundraising. Well, I don't know if we should hit a fundraising because they're being sold right now.
Yes, I talked to them yesterday. Norman, are you familiar with Norman Tan, the distributor?
Yeah, Norman.
We spoke with him yesterday, and I was telling him about our event. So he's already go. He's going to listen to our proposal.
Okay.
We can talk after.
So we're good now.
Yeah, we're good with that.
So the difference what I want to utilize our sponsorship with is they're given 10 minutes to talk. I'm gonna actually give them an opportunity to have us, the board members to show how their product is utilized in the production system. That way, it's more intriguing for other people. Do you think that's actually a wise idea? Rather than just a 10-minute talk, oh, here's our new product. Instead of that, we can actually beef up the money, say you donate the product to the studios who's going to do this, then they'll actually demonstrate, like 30 minutes to an hour on how they actually use this in an actual production pipeline in their studio. So what do you guys think of that idea?
I like it. We drink a lot of San Miguel. Creativity.
Sponsor the party.
Creativity and beer. There's a ratio. After that,
Is it okay for, let's say, SIGGRAPH to partner with other organizations? Because, because I'm not really, I don't follow the business event, but looking at the co-organizers, those regular after the major sponsors, I believe all of those, the partner organizations, are either student organization or something connected to other organizations. For example, API is there, the Canadian Press Corps is there, you have the Salga, which is also for, basically those are all organizations. So I think they banded together with their network to get the sponsors. I think that's how they did it.
But there's also like something that was not that risky.
Yeah, I think those are not
like I use working with developers or
None of the people from ABS are here.
from your industry, like
Not the area. I mean, manufacturing companies.
like for example, Unity. Do you have any relationships?
Dave, can you do me a favor? Ask Joseph if actually possibly during our first event, see if the ESPN can actually televise or actually come to our first event. Because they're always looking for news, something big in the event. You know, them actually being at our first event actually shows, you know, kind of where we want to take this.
Yeah, that's a big request.
Because we got 2 people on from the BCB event.
Yeah.
So I'm sure. So,
I think I need to raise the fact that there are other associations, industry associations that have their own events. So we need to make sure that whatever we plan is not in conflict or in coordination with it.
there's a lot of big timers there. They're actually doing their conferences now, like the
Graphica Manila. Then you have the print graphics expo in
That's mainly just publication stuff.
printing.
Graphic design.
Graphic design printing.
Yeah, it's the same.
Of course, GDAP has their own.
Yeah.
In October, Animation Council normally has their own. And of course, you know, you have the other big events.
One question. Theirs is mainly just a one time a year thing, right?
Which one?
They just throw a one time a year thing.
Normally one time a year. Maybe in October. Hopefully we can get.
Oh, another thing too, when we start the SEC, we're gonna need about 10 to 12 signatures. So I'll be getting you guys up for the signatures when we start the process with the SEC, because I have to reestablish the name again. I reserved the name, but the name expired in January.
Yeah.
So I have to redo that. So we're gonna need the signature of the board members on there. So I'll get to each and every one of you guys for that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Question for you guys. Were you guys interested in being part of doing one of the committees taking charge of that?
Not really, but we are willing to do that. Can you describe the committees?
Okay. Sure.
I don't think anyone wants to be sponsorship committee head. Really, it's like, you know, it's like they want to grab bull's horn.
Yeah, I'm prepared for that, so I'm probably going to end up taking that position.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, first thing in mind, what in mind did you have in mind to contribute to the organization? What did you have in mind to contribute to the organization?
I mean, we have to contribute. No, just like,
but honestly, your feedback here, you know, helping with the planning of everything, event planning.
but one of the things that I always like about SIGGRAPH is all the cool things they did with graphics. But didn't necessarily have to have a practical application. So if you're willing to do something like that, or at least do something, I have a lot of films.
Digital puppetry.
I will for free just sort of get it out there. Just to get something, I guess, publicity.
Well, you guys are already here at the first board meeting, so, and I already told you that we already have our 10, but I could always put a motion for us to vote in to have our board members increase to 12. So I'm going to go ahead and put the motion into raising our members of the budget to 12. And can I get a second? All right. Looks like the meeting's happening.
So does that mean there's no escape?
So we pretty much put in the motion on it. You can vote it against institution. What I'll do is we'll have you sign this, the members at large packet, and I'll go and send you guys Did I send you guys it? No, I didn't. I didn't send you out.
Not that.
No, don't worry about that. Like I said, everyone who's actually a board member, you guys are the innovators, you guys are the guys. People on the committees, they're going to be actually putting their ideas to work. So that's the reason why I give all the gurus, like the CEOs and directors and all that, to be part of the board. Because I know you guys are going to be busy, but we're going to still need your mindset, your ideas in there. At the same time, you guys are putting a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
So that's my job, that's our the core officer's job, and that's the committee officer's job to go and do that. But we still need to fill in those slots. But the good thing is, ACM CGRAPH headquarters is now requiring us to actually fill those slots up in order for us to do the application. They only require us to fill in the minimum board members and the core officers. So we're good to go on that. So is there anything else anyone actually wants to bring up?
Supposedly that this chapter is supported by the ACM International. Is there a budget that they allocated?
No, there really isn't. It's pretty much up to us to allocate funds and to other sponsors and all that. All they require is that you have your annual summary of what's spent.
Oh, okay.
And all that. So in all reality, the ACB says, hey, he's our name. So we will. The couple of good perks is us getting involved in this. I mean, total costs are more than this. That ACM actually has like the support of the good do accreditations for schools and all that, and gave them this packet. And you follow up on that yet? Did you follow up on that? No, I had that CPE in Florida.
So they go to.
Are we sending a delegation if ever to SIGGRAPH Asia?
Excuse me?
SIGGRAPH Asia this year?
No, what we're going to do is when we get an official application, I have to actually write to the chair of SIGGRAPH Asia introducing ourselves like a chapter and how we create, So from there is, they're going to probably want to get volunteers for the next SIGGRAPH Asia to be on the SIGGRAPH Asia board, and they're going to pick certain people who want to volunteer for certain positions.
That's good.
When you guys get those positions, you're going to get an all-access pass. We'll definitely get a hotel, dinner, and all that paid if you're selected to be part of that committee. But you're going to have to apply for it and all that. But it's pretty much a long process. I did go into that much of SIGGRAPH Asia, of how chapters collaborate in it. Because every year SIGGRAPH Asia holds it in a different spot. So far it's been held in, I think, Singapore twice, Hong Kong twice, and it'll be awesome when we finally get it over here. Anything else?
Can we have also notes emailed to us?
Sure. Anything? Secretary. Treasurer. Meeting's adjourned. We have a picture of all of us. He owes us all. Okay, so I'll get a picture. Should we go in the back? Hey, did you guys want us to go in the back, or are you going to take it? Do you guys want us to go in the back for the picture? Okay. Your future boss.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Two more takes. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Good.
Thank you.